All right, straight to sports now. French referee Michael Lesage has been appointed to officiate the international friendly between Brazil and Ghana that will happen on Friday. The 47-year-old is a top referee who officiates in the French Ligue 1 and European competitions. Michael has officiated over 180 Ligue 1 games, issuing more than 600 yellow cards and 44 red cards. He will be assisted by Alexis Auger, Assistant 1, and Valentine Evra, who is the Paradis works as the fourth referee. Now, the match will take place at the Stade Océan in France. Ghana will then travel to Spain after playing Brazil to play another friendly game against Nicaragua on the 29th of September. Now, the Black Stars have qualified for the World Cup and friendly games as the perfect preparatory stages and games to sharpen their methods and strengthen their chemistry ahead of the tough group games against Portugal, Uruguay, and South Korea. And straight to the Women's World Cup now for South Africa. They will bid to stage the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup, hoping to bring the event to Africa for the first time. Now, South Africa was the first and so far the only country on the continent to host the Men's World Cup in 2010. In July, the Banyana became the African champions for the first time after defeating Morocco in the final of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. And almost 2 years ago, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany launched a joint bid for the South African proposals, the principal rivals for their bid. Now, a joint Scandinavian bid has also been floated by Denmark, Norway, and also Finland and Sweden bidding together to host the 2025 European Championship. The continental tournament could take priority. Now, those four countries had previously explored a bid for the 2027 World Cup alongside Iceland and the Faroe Islands. Meanwhile, the United States has also indicated a desire to bid the 2027 or 2031 World Cups. As Nick Mwendwa has resumed his duties as the head of the Football Kenya Federation after nearly a year in the cold. The FKF president returned to the office in Kasarani on the 20th of September in the company of his deputy, Doris Petra, the CEO, Barry Otieno, and other officials accompanied by the police officers. Now, after touring the Kandanda House premises, Nick stated that football activities in the country will return within a month. Now, he said his major focus was to make sure that the FIFA-imposed ban on Kenya is lifted prior to the resumption of the game. He also advised officials at the grassroots to start preparing for the league and that the issue of referees will be solved. Now, Mwendwa noted that the purpose of the visit to Kandanda House was to assess the situation in order to inform FIFA that the offices and communication channels are under the control of the Football Kenya Federation. Now, the president also praised the new administration led by President William Ruto, adding that it respects the youth and that wants football activities to resume as soon as possible. But Sports Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohammed issued a statement watering down the FKF's attempted revival. Now, Mohammed insisted that FKF Transition Committee was still in charge. And to the world of car racing now, a record 24-race calendar has been confirmed by Formula One's governing body, the FIA, for the 2023 season. Now, the new race in Las Vegas and the return of Qatar and China makes next year the longest ever season despite the loss of the French Grand Prix. Now, the season begins in Bahrain on the 5th of March and ends in Abu Dhabi on the 26th of November. Las Vegas will be the penultimate event on the 18th of November, while China has been given a 16th of April date after a 3-year absence due to the COVID pandemic. Monaco and Belgium have retained their places after securing new contracts. Now, Monaco's contract runs until 2025, and it was announced by the Formula One on Tuesday, and Belgium's only for 1 year. Now, the British Grand Prix will be held on the 9th of July. China remains doubtful due to the country's management of COVID, in which the lockdowns remain an ongoing strategy. And all of these races will happen for next year, but then South Africa has been removed from that one. Of course, talks are still going on between the Formula One president, Stefano Domenicali, and the South African Committee for Formula One. We'll see if that would happen for South Africa in 2023, despite the expansion. Right, that's a wrap on Sports Update on the Breakfast Central. I am Udoka Njoku. Back to your Salge and Olive.
Thank you very much, Udoka. And of course, very interesting stories there. Thanks for sharing with us.
Thank you very much.